Hey guys, Lauren here at Sapalero Farm and Wellness Place. We finally just wrapped up our 2021 kidding season. Our last Dota kid just had I'm looking at him now, he's super pretty, single buckling. And we totaled out the year. What do we have? We had 19 dolings and 15 bucklings born total for this kidding season. And we're finally done. We never ever kid this late. We don't ever want to kid this late again. As fortunate as we were with our doe to buck ratio and just having big, beautiful, healthy kids, we were really fortunate with that. But the other details of our kidding season were kind of a mess. It was awful. We had purchased three does from different farms, just to add to our herd and mix up genetics a little bit. And they were purchased as open does, and that would mean that they had not been bred. And all three of them, totally different farms, were definitely not open, and they definitely were bred, and they were definitely not bred to Nigerian dwarfs, which is what we raise. So between those three does, we ended up with 7 mini La Manchas and 4 mini Oberhaslis, which was what it was, and everything went really well, as disastrous as those combinations really can be, especially where the dam is the miniature breed and the sire is the standard breed. We lucked out. We were there for all of the kiddings. The first one was a breeze. She had quads. The second one had triplets. She needed a lot of help with the first one, but the other two went really well. And then the third doe, it was a mess. Everybody made it. My husband helped me. I got everybody out alive, and mom survived. But it was bad. It was rough. It was really rough. But, and then we had another doe that we had purchased that we purchased as pregnant, but none of the paperwork was. Peyton's over here chuckling at me because she knows these stories. But paperwork was done all wrong, and dates were written down wrong, and the person we bought this doe from had messed up her paperwork between does, and this doe ended up kidding like 2 months early than what we were told her due date was. So when our 2 eldest daughters, when Sawyer and Peyton came running inside in the morning and said, "Luna's in labor," we all kind of got really sad, because there's not a chance that kids born that early would make it. But I called the woman that we got her from, and I was like, "So, no judgment here, but what are the chances something just got messed up?" And it was funny. It wasn't funny, but it was, she had a doe that was due then and wasn't kidding, and she was getting really nervous. And then we have the doe that is kidding, that's not supposed to be kidding. So it worked out really well. We both had healthy deliveries, and it was really good. And then a buck that we used to own was supposed to come back for breeding season this year by a certain time, and the people that owned him at the time just were really running us around, and it just turned into this big huge thing. And the buck did end up coming back here for breeding season, but there was another purchase in there. It was just kind of a mess, so we were more than 2 months behind with breeding with him. And then this little girl here, Minnie Mo, she was a tough one to get to take this year. She didn't take the first couple times she was bred, and thank goodness she took this last time and just gave us a super cute little buckling. Actually, Pasty, want to go grab him? He's still a little wet, and he's definitely unfolding still, but he's so cute. He's so cute. Oh. Are you mad? Huh? Are you mad? Hi. No. Say hi. Is he so cute? He's got these moon spots all over him. He gets those from his daddy. Yeah. Hi. He's not talking to us right now. He's mad. All right, go get him back to his mutter. So, kitting season's over. Thank goodness. I'm done. I'm so done. It's been crazy. So crazy. And it's not just getting them bred and then having them kid. It's, sitting up at all hours of the night waiting for them to kid and then helping them kid, and then what we call booby duty after they kid, for the kids that we do dam raise. Some are bottle raised, some are dam raised. But the kids that are dam raised, we don't sleep in. By we, I pretty much mean Justin. My husband is amazing with this. He has a lot more patience for it than I do. He sits out there with these kids and their moms, and every hour, every couple hours, just gets everybody up and gets everybody on and latching and actually eating. And, those first 24 plus hours that are really crucial with colostrum and everything. And this little guy, I think I'm actually going to sleep tonight because he came out hungry and looking for food and rooting on everything. And he's doing really well. He's a big dude. Which she was the only one in there. So, and she was 5 days overdue. She pulled a 7. Our Doe 7 did the same thing to us. She went 5 days overdue. But he's doing great. I haven't slept the last 2 nights because Minnie Bo's been really close, but I think we're going to sleep tonight. And I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of booby duty today, which is also super cool. So we actually, Peyton delivered this guy. How'd that go?
It was fun.
He's huge, so he was a little stuck. But she grabbed his legs, positioned him, and pulled him out all by herself. I kind of sat. She wanted to do this delivery herself, and I was here, but I sat on the sidelines. I was kind of just on towel duty.
Yeah.
And let Peyton, she had questions. I answered them, but she did it by herself. Pulled him out, got him out, and then she also, we were not sure he was the only one still in there. Minnie Mo was really, really tense when we were bumping her. Just weren't, and she was still having like big contractions and laying down with contractions and everything. So we checked her. So Peyton gloved up, lubed up, checked her. First time she's ever had to go in a doe. So she was, I think, a little nervous, but she did awesome. She's like, I just feel bubbles. She's like, it's all squishy and bubbles. But that means it's just placenta in there and nobody else is home. So that was good.
Yeah.
She did it. I'm so proud of her. And this poor thing, his name, we do a theme every year. We just pick a theme, and then the kids and us, we just kind of add. We have a goat notebook, and we kind of add names to the theme. And then as kids are born, we pick names off the theme, get everybody registered and all that stuff. So he's our last kid born this year, and this year our theme was a vampirism theme. And I won't get like too much into his name, but his barn name is Aspen, which has nothing to do with vampirism. But and those of you that like watch some of the shows or movies that our daughters do, you might pick up on this. But what will be on his registration certificate is
Applesauce penguin.
Applesauce penguin. Yeah, that's gonna be a story for another day. Unless you guys watch these shows and movies that our daughters do, and you'll follow. But I think we have our breeding plans for, breeding season starts in 2.5 months here. It's crazy how quickly that's coming. Because we need to get our time frame back to what we had planned on it now that our herd is closed and we are not having goats coming in and out. We have a lot more control over our breeding season than what happened to us this year. But I think our breeding plans are done-ish. we'll get that posted once we kind of solidify that. It may still change as we go, but I will get it up and we'll get it posted. I have a lot of you guys. I have a big reservation list going already for 2022 kids. So if there is someone, some pairing, something, you know, get in touch with us, get on that, because I'm already filling up. And I have a couple of reservations from this year that we are not able to fill. And even off our sister farm, it's not looking like we'll be able to fill those this year. So a lot of those will probably roll over to next year too. So get in on that before those fill up as well. And this is not set in stone, and this is not a definitive plan, but it is absolutely something that I would like to do, that I'm thinking about. My husband and I will figure this out. We'll get into that a little more as we get closer to weaning time next year. But what I would like to make work for the fall time, so if all of our kids hit the ground by the end of March, everybody will be ready to get out of here by the end of May. So I would like to be able to offer transport for kids born here. So probably like first week of June or first 2 weeks of June, however long we decide, if we do this, that we'd like to be gone. I would like to be able to load all the kids that are still here, that need to be transported, and go across the country one way and make some stops and deliver the kids, spend some time with my husband, and then come back home, drive across the country on a different route and kind of make a loop around the country and take a week or 2 weeks to do that with him. And it's not set in stone. It is not definite that we're doing it, but we're a little nomadic at heart, and especially by the end of kidding season, we're like dying to get out of here because we're so tied down during kidding season that I think it'd be kind of cool be able to transport some kids around the country and get out of here for a little while. So we'll see if we make that work or not for next year, but we'll talk about it. But I think, holy moly, I think that's it. We're pooped. But I think that's the update for now. Kidding season's done. Breeding plans are done. And everyone's doing awesome. I will, when this little guy dries off and unfolds a little bit more, I'll get some good pictures of him and get those up. We have a few kids not still available, but kind of coming available again. There are a few that we had planned to retain this year, and we're just not, for various reasons. We've sold a bit of the herd, and we have a little bit more of the herd up for sale still. And I think a few kids that we had originally planned on keeping and retaining, we will end up parting with, but they're already spoken for, I am sure. Like I said, I have a bit of a reservation list I have to try to pin off a little bit this year still, but that's what's going on here. And now it's just lessons in full swing and other summertime stuff and a break from the freaking goats for a little while. You look tired too. Mm-hmm. This one has been trying to will Minnie Mo to kid for the last 5 days, and she's been due. So this kid hasn't really been sleeping either. So that's a wrap for now. We'll keep you guys posted with stuff.